Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you to County Court at Law Number 2. My name is Judge Terrence Holmes. I'm the presiding judge here at County Court at Law Number 2. This morning, we have our announcement docket on today's date of November 22nd, 2024. When I call your name, please come forward with your attorney. If your attorney is not here, then we will wait for your attorney to arrive. If you are representing yourself, when I call your name, please come up to the bench by yourself. First case is cause number 23-CCCR 1864, case is style of state of Texas versus Aaliyah A. Johnson. Ms. Johnson, your full name is Aaliyah A. Johnson?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Ms. Johnson?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, Ms. Johnson. You're representing your case by your attorney, Attorney Brian Lane. Attorney Lane, how are you doing? And the state is represented in this case by Attorney Haley Simmons. Attorney Simmons, how are you doing?
I'm good.
And Mr. Lane, what is your announcement in Ms. Johnson's case?
Your Honor, we've been in plea negotiations since last announcement to now. There's a couple more documentations that I was going to give to the prosecutor. If we could respectfully have one more announcement, we anticipate this to be resolved.
The state has no objections.
Okay, give us a reset date. You said what date?
January 15th.
Okay, this case is reset to January 15th, 2024, excuse me, 2025. And Ms. Johnson, you're gonna get your reset from your attorney. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you're free to go and you have a blessed day. Have a seat. Next case is cause number 24-CCCR 1218. Case is style of state of Texas versus Jordan Jamal Spradley. Spradley, would you please come forward? Mr. Spradley, your full name is Jordan Jamal Spradley.
Correct.
How are you doing, Mr. Spradley?
Fine.
That's good. Mr. Spradley, you represented in your case by your attorney, Brian Lane. Attorney Lane, what's your announcement in Mr. Spradley's case?
Your Honor, apparently there is another case coming down the pipe from the district attorney's office that should be filed within a week or two. We're respectfully requesting an announcement that we can put those together and see if we can work out a deal.
Okay. Do you have any objections, State?
None at all, Judge.
Okay. Is this case gonna be set on the same day?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this case will be reset to January 15th, 2025. Mr. Spradley, your attorney's gonna get your reset. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Lane, I think this is your only case. All right, same to you. Next case is cause numbers 23-CCCR 2260, cause number 23-CCCR 2312. Both cases are style of state of Texas versus Ezra Lynn Murray III. Mr. Murray, your full name is Ezra Lynn Murray III. How you doing, Mr. Murray? Yes, I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Murray, you representing cases by your attorney, Attorney Reagan Minaldi. Attorney Minaldi, how are you doing?
I'm good, Judge.
And Ms. Minaldi, what is your announcements in Mr. Murray's cases?
Judge, we have received an offer from the state. I would like a resetting to be able to go over that offer with him so that next time we come back, we have a direction on what way we're gonna take these cases.
Yeah. Give us a reset date?
This is on where
Yes, page 2 and 3.
January 15th.
Yeah, these cases will be reset to January 15th, 2020. 5. Once you, once you get your reset from your attorney, you're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. John, do you have a case?
Yes, sir.
Who is it?
Sydney Edwards. It shows on the paper too. He may have
This-
been hired.
Edwards?
Edwards.
Yes, sir. She's here right here. May I approach? His destination to hire attorney, and she hired me. last
Okay.
week. This is our first appearance.
Okay, yeah, she's last on the docket. Yeah, Ms. Edwards, you can come forward.
I contacted court earlier this week, but you guys were busy. I did get the appearance of counsel file.
Oh, you did?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because his name didn't appear on the docket. His name, he said he
I did,
filed his appearance of counsel, and his name is not on the docket sheet.
I did check it. It's on the Odyssey system that I filed it.
Sydney Edwards, is that right?
Yes,
Sydney Monet Edwards, last person on the docket. Yeah, look forward.
I got a confirmation that from your court clerk that it was filed, but the problem was that I called up here, you guys were really busy last week. And I was unable to contact
They
you.
filed it, but they never sent it to us.
See that when you, it
They
goes
have
to
to
the clerk's office and then the clerk has to send it up here.
They didn't send
They
it.
just never send it, but
They
it's
didn't
filed.
send it, But I'll.
Okay. Now, well, first of all, Miss Edwards, how are you doing? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. And Mr. Jones, how are you doing?
I don't know, sir.
You don't know?
I don't know.
No comment?
I'll tell you later, sir.
Okay, now, Mr. Johns,
Yes, sir.
what's your announcement in Miss Edwards' case?
Well, I haven't had time to even send in a
So-
request for discovery,
okay.
or anything like that, so we definitely need a reset. I'm gonna ask for 60 days, okay, because that way I can really figure out what we're gonna do with the case. 30 days, I'll just have the discovery.
Well, I mean, if she,
They've been running-
she's gonna set it on January the 15th, 2025. That's about close to 60
Yes,
days.
sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
that's about 55 days, something like
Yes,
that.
sir.
Okay, give us a reset date is January 15th,
That's fine.
2025. Okay, Mr. Jones, you can get your reset,
Yes, sir.
and Mr. Edwards, once you get your reset from your attorney, you're free to go, and you have a blessed day, Mr. Jones. This is your only case, you're free to go as well once you get your reset.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, and y'all have a blessed day. Okay, the person that's on Zoom that has Gillis, would you please take your mic off of mute and state your full name?
Yes, sir. Trisha Gillis.
Okay, Ms. Gillis, you may put your mic back on mute. Oh, they got deals on here. Okay. Represented by Macon. Represented by Paget. Not have any more lawyers. Did anybody send in a plea?
And
You did, okay. Okay, the court will be in recess. Kimberly, you ready on yours?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Jeremy Lee Ford.
Ford. I previously announced trial on this next door.
Okay. So we have a traffic class C offense and both of them.
Well, they're actually, I don't think either one are actually technically traffic.
I think they're just class C.
Oh, I was just looking at the docket. She says traffic offense.
One was a noise violation and the other was failure to.
I wonder why they got it labeled like this.
Yeah, it wasn't anything to do in his backyard. He wasn't-
Okay, hold on. Well, no, I'm just, hold on a minute. Ford.
That's a Ford, his name's Ford, maybe that's the source of confusion.
Huh?
Last name's Ford, maybe that's the source of confusion.
And Ford.
Clerk was confused too.
Yeah.
You look at. Let's see. Road, yes.
These were transferred from next door in September.
Yeah. Let's see. Docket, where's the? Where's the complaint? Every Sunday.
Still.
That's the judgment. Okay, you represented him in the class. What?
Mr. Schillander was the prosecutor, he's here too.
Appeal.
No, it's
Reschedule. Cash. Jury list. Notice of. Appeal docket. Notes. That's- Notice on this, that it. You're not, that's just a police report. What? Who's the PC?
I don't have to worry about that.
That's the piece. Is that
There's no way I.
Oh, you could just.
Yeah, I could.
that's the PC.
We got paid for this here.
Loud noise and fail to identify. Oh, looking for the complaint. Wait a second, okay. So we're gonna reset these for trial?
Yes.
Give us a trial date.
January 13th or the 27th.
27.
January 27th. Okay, these cases will be reset for trial January 27th, 2025. Mr. Ford, your attorney's gonna get your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you're free to go. You have a blessed day. Lakeisha Deanna Garrett.
Yeah.
Okay, Miss Garrett, your full name is Lakeisha Deanna Garrett.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Miss Garrett?
I'm blessed and you.
I'm blessed as well. Ms. Garrett, you're representing the case by your attorney, Rob Kimler, and Attorney Kimler. What's your announcement? Rob, give us a reset. Rob, same day, January 27th, Mr. Kimler?
Yes, that's right. I'm trying to get
Okay, January 27th, 2025. Okay. Okay. And Jason Allen Seward.
Sure.
Seward. Mr. Seward, your full name is Jason Allen Seward. Seward. How are you doing, Mr. Seward?
Good.
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Seward, represented by Wright Kimler. Mr. Kimler, what's your announcement?
Trial.
Can I give us a trial date? Same day or different day, Mr. Kimler?
27th.
January 27th, 2025, your case is set for trial. Your attorney's gonna get your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you're free to go. You have a blessed day. And Mr. Kimler, I think this is your last case. You're free to go as well. You have a blessed day. Yes.
Good morning, Your Honor.
I'm doing fine. Good
I
morning.
have one client on Zoom,
Yes. Gillis.
Desky.
Oh, yes.
And then I have two, but I've turned in plea paperwork on the other two.
Okay. Yes.
But if we could let Mr. Desky get to work.
Okay. This is cause number 24 CCCR 1858. Case of style of state of Texas versus Zachary S. Desky. Mr. Desky is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Desky, you can take your mic off mute. How are you doing?
I'm blessed. How you doing?
I'm blessed as well. Now, Mr. Desky, you're representing your case by your attorney, Attorney James Paget. Attorney Paget, how are you doing?
You're doing well. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. And Mr. Paget, what is your announcement in Mr. Desky's case?
Your Honor, we have just recently received the discovery on the case. I'll just need some time to review it with my client. I also have received an offer from the state. So you would allow us 30 days or so, we should be able to dispose of the case.
Okay, reset Mr. Desky for plea. Yeah, he's on page 4.
And let's just make it aware that Mr. Desky will need to be in court in person on the next setting.
Yeah.
27.
Okay, Mr. Desky, this case will be reset to January 27, 2025. For a plea, you need to be in court on that date.
Yes,
Stay-
sir.
Stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. You're free to go, and you have a blessed day.
You as well, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay. Everett Keith Henry.
Oh.
This is exactly what I explained to you in the discovery certification. I just felt to get your signature. So you can sign anything that I didn't explain today. Okay. I'm just looking to making your sign something that is. I just forgot your signature. So you just speak up, okay? So everybody can hear you.
Okay, this is cause number 24 CCCR 2422 case of style of state of Texas versus Everett Keith Henry. Mr. Henry, is that your full name?
Yes.
Mr. Henry, would you please raise your right hand? You swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth shall be God?
Yes.
Mr. Henry, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Henry?
All right, what about yourself?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking, Mr. Henry. I have, Mr. Henry, you're representing your case by your attorney, Attorney James Paget. Attorney Paget, do you waive a record in Mr. Henry's case?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Henry, I have before me a document on my computer that is titled Information. This information filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, it alleges that you, Everett Keith Henry, on or about May 5th of 2024, while you operating a motor vehicle in a public place in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense and drive while intoxicated with an alcohol concentration level of 0.15 or more. Mr. Henry, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, how do you plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Okay.
Are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Henry, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment. This document is on my tablet. And this document is also labeled as State Exhibit number 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of the same document, there's a set of initials on a line next to boxes checked no hindrance. You place your initials on this document. And on the next page of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
On the next document is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant? At the top of this document, there's one box that's checked. The box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement? I also have another document on paper that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant? Mr. Henry, before you signed and initialed these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct? To the best of your knowledge.
That's my knowledge. Yes, sir.
And Mr. Henry, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
State offers states one.
No objections to stage 1, Your Honor.
No objections. State's exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Paget, you advised and counseled Mr. Henry. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
None, Your Honor.
And Mr. Henry, your attorney, Mr. Paget, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Henry, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers was freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, we do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
In exchange for defendant's plea, the state is offering 180 days in the Jefferson County Jail, probated over 15 months, $750 fine, 50 hours of community service, DWI first, standard conditions of probation, and interlock and court costs.
What is this, court cost?
392.
He's gonna tell you, then you'll have it printed out. So before you leave, you'll know exactly what you paid.
Let's see. This is 715. Okay. Mr. Henry, the state is offering that you serve 180 days in Jefferson County Jail, but you will not have to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail because you'll be placed on probation for a period of 15 months. During the 15-month probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $750 plus court costs of $392, plus a DWI conviction fee of $100, a probation fee of $60 a month, your analysis fee of $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15. Your total monthly installments, that is, the total amount that you will be required to pay each month while you are on probation is $170 a month. Will you be able to pay the $170 each month?
Yes, sir.
You will also be required to reimburse Jefferson County Court-appointed attorney's fees. You'll be required to pay Jefferson County DWI education and initial evaluation fee of $125 on the day of the plea. Should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay an additional $50. You will also be required to perform 50 hours of community service, install an interlock device for any vehicle that you own and operate, attend and complete a DWI education class, have an alcohol assessment, and adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of probation. Mr. Henry, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think the state's offer in your case is fair and just? And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Henry, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into today. Mr. Henry, please stand in front of the court coordinator, follow the directions of the bailiff. That's right. behind you. And once you finish following his directions, you'll be free to go on your own. That's that. This is cause number 24 CCCR 2350, case of style of state of Texas versus Dante C. Pugh. Mr. Pugh, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Pugh, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Pugh, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Pugh, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Pugh?
Wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Pugh, you represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney James Paget. Attorney Paget, do you waive a record in Mr. Pugh's case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Pugh, I have before me a document that is titled information. This information is on my computer. On this information that was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office, it alleges that you, Dante C. Pugh, on or about April 6th of 2024, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, operating a motor vehicle in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated. Mr. Pugh, do you understand what you've been charged with? And to this charge, Mr. Pugh, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, no contest?
Contest.
Are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? Mr. Pugh, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of this same document, there's a set of initials on a line next to a box that's checked nolo contingere, which means no contest.
Yes,
You place your initials on this document.
yes, sir.
On the next page of this same document, there is a signature above the line that's titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document that is titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
At the top of this document, there's one box that's checked. The box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. You understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
I also have a document on paper that is titled discovery certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Pugh, before you signed and initialed these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything that your attorney went over?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Mr. Pugh, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
State?
Say for states one.
Any
No
objections?
objections to states one, Your Honor.
No objections. States exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Paget, you advised and counseled Mr. Pugh. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
None, Your Honor.
And Mr. Pugh, your attorney, Mr. Paget, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Pugh, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
The agreement in this case is to 120 days probated over 1 year with a $750 fine, 60 hours community service, the installation of the maintained airlock device, and DWI standard conditions of probation.
Mr. Pugh, the state is offering that you serve, is that 120 days
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
in the Jefferson County Jail? And however, you would not have to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail because you'll be placed on probation for 1 year. During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $750, plus court costs of $392. You will also be required to pay a DWI conviction fine of $100, probation fee of $6 a month, urinalysis fee of $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15. You will also be required to pay Jefferson County DWI education and initial evaluation fee of $125 on the day of the plea. Should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay an additional $50. Now, your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month while you're on probation, is $196 a month. Will you be able to pay the $196 each month?
Yes, sir.
You will also be required to perform 60 hours of community service, install an interlock device on any vehicle that you own or operate, attend and complete a DW education class, have an alcohol assessment, and adhere to the other standard terms and condition of this probation. Mr. Pugh, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Pugh, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreements that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Pugh, please stand in front of, well, just please have a seat. And when the bailiff comes back, you're gonna come up to the counter, you're gonna follow, oh, there he is. Please stand at the end of the counter and follow the directions of the bailiff. Once you finish following the directions of the bailiff, you're free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Paget, you're free to go as well and you have a blessed day.
Go with him. Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
May I approach Jada Tompkins? She's not here.
Okay, hold on a minute. Okay. Let's see, Henry. Okay. Okay, let's see.
Yes.
Jada Tompkins.
Judge, she's not here. At the last court hearing, I asked for extra time. We were talking about restitution. Just received a message from her this morning that she had been in an accident and totaled her car out. She's in Baytown. I was gonna ask if the court would allow her to appear today by phone or Zoom.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Get her.
Next case is Gomez Eric Jose Gonzalez. You come on up, Mr. Gonzalez. Okay, this is cause number 24 CCCR 0816. Case to style the state of Texas versus Gomez Eric Jose Gonzalez. Mr. Gonzalez, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Gonzalez, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Gonzalez, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes,
Mr. Gonzalez, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Gonzalez?
good, and you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Gonzalez, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Langston Adams. Attorney Adams, how are you doing?
Doing well.
And Mr. Adams, do you waive a record in Mr. Gonzalez's case?
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez, I have before me a document that is titled information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, it alleges that you, Jose Eric Gonzalez, on or about February 17th of 2024, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of unlawfully carrying a weapon. Mr. Gonzalez, do you understand what you have been charged with?
Yes.
And to this charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Contest.
Now, you pleaded no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? Mr. Gonzalez, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
On page 2 of this same document, there are a set of initials, e.g., on the line next to a box says check nolo contendere, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes.
On page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that's titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes.
And on the next document that's titled trial court certification, right of appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? At the top of this document, there's one box that's checked. The box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes.
I also have another document that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? Now, Mr. Gonzalez, before you signed and initialed all of these documents that I just showed you, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes.
And did you understand everything that your attorney went over?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Mr. Gonzalez, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes.
Yeah, for stage one.
Any objections?
No.
No objections. State's exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Adams, you've advised and counseled Mr. Gonzalez. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No.
And Mr. Gonzalez, your attorney, Mr. Adams, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation? Mr. Gonzalez, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were free and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement in
We
this
do, Your
case?
Honor.
And what is the agreement?
The agreement is a 6 months deferred probation with a $200 fine, 24 hours community service, and forfeiture of the weapon involved in this case to wherever police department.
Ms. Adams, was you appointed in this case?
No.
What is this court cost? Okay. Mr. Gonzalez, the state is offering that you serve 6 months deferred adjudicated probation. During the 6 months probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $200, court cost of $277, probation fee of $60 a month, your analysis fee, $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15. Your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month while you're on probation, is $188 a month. Will you be able to pay the $188 a month?
Yes.
You'll also be required to perform 24 hours of community service and forfeit the weapon, in this case, to the police department. I have before me a motion to forfeit. Do you recognize this motion?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez, before you signed this document, did your attorney go over this document with you?
Yes.
And did you understand everything that your attorney went over?
Yes.
And is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Gonzalez, I'm signing the motion to forfeit the weapon to the Beaumont Police, to the Port Arthur Police Department. And Mr. Gonzalez, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Gonzalez, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. Now, Mr. Gonzalez, you must also adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of this probation. And Mr. Gonzalez, if you successfully complete this probationary period, this case will be dismissed. It will not result in a conviction on your record, and you may qualify for a non-disclosure. You can talk to your attorney about the non-disclosure because he's quite competent in those matters. Now, Mr. Gonzalez, I have a written admonition that I need to give to you. So it's, the title of that document is Model Written Admonition on Ineligibility to Possess a Firearm or Ammunition. And it says, in accordance with the Texas Administrative Code, Section 176.1, the court hereby admonishes you or warns you of the following. Number one, you are by entry of order or judgment ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Number two, beginning now, if you possess a firearm or ammunition, it could lead to charges against you. If you have questions about how long you will be ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, you should consult an attorney. Number three, under Texas Penal Code, Section 46.013, a firearm means any device designed, made, or adapted to expel a projectile through a barrel by using the energy generated by an explosion or burning substance, or any device readily convertible to that use. B, firearm does not include a firearm that may have, as an integral part, a folding knife blade or other characteristics of weapons made illegal by Penal Code Chapter 46, and that is one, an antique or curio firearm manufactured before 1899, or two, a replica of an antique or curio firearm manufactured before 1899, but only if the replica does not use rimfire, or centerfire ammunition. The statutes listed below are a starting point for ineligibility to possess a firearm ammunition. For more information about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or for more information on how long your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition lasts, the court recommends you contact an attorney. Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 17.292, Magistrate's Orders for Emergency Protection. Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 42.0131, Notice for persons convicted of misdemeanors involving family violence. Penal Code, Section 46.02.
Thank you.
Unlawful carrying weapons. Penal Code, Section 46.04, unlawful possession of firearm. Penal Code, Section 25.07, violation of certain court orders or condition of bond in a family violence, child abuse or neglect, sexual assault or abuse, indecent assault, stalking, or trafficking case. Family Code, Section 85.026, warning on protected orders. Now, Mr. Gonzalez, the written admonition that has been handed to you is for your records. Please stand in front of the coordinator, and you're going to follow the directions of the bailiff. And again, Mr. Gonzalez, if you complete this probationary period, this case will be dismissed. It will not result in a conviction, and you may qualify for non-disclosure. You can talk to your attorney about the non-disclosure because he's quite confident in those matters. Please stand next to the bailiff, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you.
And let's see, you have Isaiah Tyson.
Yes, and I follow the motion to have him tested company.
Is he here?
Yeah, he's here.
Where is he?
Right here with the, lab.
Isaiah Tyson?
What?
Put your hand on the table. Mr. Tyson, your full name is Isaiah D. Tyson? How are you doing, Mr. Tyson? Okay, now, Mr. Tyson, hold on a minute. Okay, Mr. Tyson, pursuant to Article 46B.004, the court is going to conduct what is called an informal inquiry. We determine whether or not there's some evidence to support a finding that you are incompetent to stand trial. Let's see. Tyson. Let's see, it's, okay, examination, okay. Now, Mr. Adams, pursuant to Article 1.24 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, all trials and proceedings shall be public. However, pursuant to the case of Lilly versus State 365 Southwest 3rd, the right to a public trial is not absolute and may be outweighed by other competing interests, such as the interests in security, to ensure that the defendant receives a fair trial, and to prevent the disclosure of non-public information. Mr. Adams, are you requesting that this portion of the hearing be closed to prevent the disclosure of non-public information?
Sure.
The court finds that the party who is seeking the closure has an advanced and overriding interest that is likely to be prejudicial to his client. That request is no broader than necessary to protect the interests of his client. The court has considered other reasonable alternatives, and the court make these findings. These findings are adequate for the closure. So at this time, this portion of the hearing will be closed to the public.